Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. Going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today. We're going to be taking a look at the next dungeon in the Dawn Trail expansion, Origenics. Starting off, there's going to be 3 Cyclopses, which will have large line AoEs that they can do at random party members. Proceeding into the next area, you'll have to do single fights, as each fight there will be a gate behind it that will open up once it's complete. But this first one is going to be a gun and 2 swords, so the gun will have his cone AoE like usual. After this, the gate will open and you'll just proceed on to the next area, and this will bring you into the first boss. Now, when you start off the fight, he'll begin with Strident Shriek. This is just going to do party-wide damage. He'll then jump to the north side of the platform and cast Vasoconstrictor. This is going to summon 2 poison globules in front of him, and he'll then cast Venom Spill, raising one of his arms and slapping down on the globule. This is going to cause circular AoEs to appear on that side of the platform. You'll just want to alternate sides of the platform, as the AoEs will not go past the targeting indicator for the boss. He'll then jump to the center and cast Writhing Riot. This is going to cause 3 AoEs in a random order, either left, right, or behind him. The left and right ones cover a bit more of the platform in front of him, so the easiest way to avoid them is to alternate behind him. And then to avoid the one behind him, you'll just move a little bit to the northeast or northwest. He'll then follow up with another Strident Shriek for party-wide damage, before jumping back to the north side of the platform for another Vasoconstrictor. Again, wait for him to cast Venom Spill, and then alternate sides depending on which arm he has raised. Make sure that you're going all the way past his targeting radical so that you're able to avoid these AoEs. This time, after the third one, there will be circular AoEs on all party members also. I'll then do a group up mechanic called Collective Agony, so you just want to group to split the damage. Followed by another Strident Shriek. And then Convulsive Crush, which is going to be his tank buster. So then we'll go back to the center again, casting another Writhing Riot. Followed by another Strident Shriek. Moving into the next area, you just need to walk through the wall that looks glitchy. It's just a hologram. You'll then have 2 S9 units and an S10, so an upgraded sword version. If you continue on, then you'll also reach 3 turrets. The S10 can do a circular AoE around himself, and each of the turrets also can do a cone AoE. Proceed to the jump pad, and if you proceed all the way down this hallway, you'll have another 2 groups. First one will be 2 arrow stats, which have donut AoEs around themselves, and then there will be 2 S9s and a G10. This is going to be an upgraded version of the gun unit. You can do a circular AoE at a random party member. This should bring you to the second boss. So start off with Electro Wave, which is just going to do party-wide damage and create a damaging area on the outside of the platform. So then teleport to the center and use Bionic Thrash. This is going to cause our hands to go to 2 different quadrants of the platform. You'll just want to be standing on the opposite quadrants to avoid the AoEs that will cover a fourth of the platform. She'll then cast Initialize Androids, which is going to cause ads to spawn at the front of the platform. You'll want to stand in front of the ones that are glitching, as the other ones are going to launch line AoEs. Then they will become alive and actually have to AoE them down. She'll then cast Initialize Turrets, which is going to summon turrets on the side of the platform. Again, you'll stand in front of the ones that are glitching. Then turrets will spawn on the opposite side, again alternating to the ones that are glitching on that side. Should then go to the north side of the platform and cast Surge, which is going to be a knockback from the middle, along with circular AoEs on all party members. You want to make sure you're being knocked into one of the turrets that was not glitching to prevent you from being knocked into the outside of the platform. Then do another Initialize Androids, summoning the ones at the front of the platform. This time there will be much fewer ones that aren't glitching, so you'll need to look out for where the safe spot is. At the same time, she's going to cast Bionic Thrash, covering 2/4 of the platform. Afterwards, you'll have to AoE down all the ads. Before she'll go back to the center of the platform and casting another Initialized Turrets. Proceeding on, the next fight is a single fight by itself. So you'll have 1 gun unit and 3 swords. And we'll just watch out for the cone AoE from the gun unit. After these are dead, the door behind them will open up and immediately you'll be faced with a S10 and G10. So these will have the circular AoE around themselves for the S10, and then the circular AoE at a random party member for the G10. Now the next two fights can be done together, or you can do them individually. You'll start off with two Iborgs, which are going to have their line AoEs. And if you continue on, then you'll see a giant turtle. Now this turtle does a ginormous circular AoE around itself. So it's pretty annoying to have to deal with having to move out of it, along with dodging the line AoEs that the Iborgs do and the circular AoEs that they also have, and then keeping them grouped up to AoE them down. So honestly feel like you kind of save more time doing these two fights individually. Now, the turtle can be stunned, but when he is casting his ability, he cannot be stunned. But this should bring you to the final boss. When you start this fight, he'll start off with Psychic Wave. This is just going to do party-wide damage and create a damaging zone around the outside that you'll want to avoid standing in. He'll then teleport to the center and cast Overwhelming Charge. You'll just want to get behind him at this time, as he'll do an AoE covering 50% of the platform and the direction he is facing. He'll then teleport a little bit towards the north and cast Psychokinesis. This is going to cause two of the cages on the outside of the platform to begin to rattle. You'll want to avoid standing in front of these, as the gate on the front of them is going to launch across the platform, and then the adds that are inside of them are going to charge towards the tank, so you'll just want to AoE these down. Shortly afterwards, he'll go back to the center of the platform and cast Extrasensory Field. This is going to cause you to be moved from one area of the platform to the other, which right now it's just showing to you, so avoid being knocked off the platform, but later on he'll combine it with other abilities. He'll then do Voltic Slash, which is going to be his tank buster. He'll then do a Psychokinetic Charge, which is going to combine the ground move abilities along with Overwhelming Charge, which will be the AoE covering 50% of the platform. So you want to make sure that you're being pushed behind him. He'll then go to the north side and do Electro Lance. This is going to do a circular AoE from the south side of the platform that the boss will then link to the weapon and pull it across the platform in a set pattern. You'll just want to find the opening in between these and then stand in it. The last attack that he pulls his weapon back to him does take a while to go off, so make sure that it goes off before you go back into the fight. And then do another Psychokinesis, so identify which of the cages are going to be pulled open, and then spread out because there will also be circular AoEs on all party members. Afterwards, you'll AoE down the adds. Now follow up with another Psychic Wave for party damage. He'll then go back to the center, doing another psychokinetic charge, so make sure you're being pushed behind him again. And then spread out to avoid the circle AoEs on all party members. I'll then do another psychic wave for party-wide damage. And then another electro lance. So move towards the north side of the platform and then find the opening between the line AoEs. This is going to be it for Origenics. Hope this helped everyone out. If it did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you on the next one.